Welcome back, everyone, to the Chain Crew podcast. This is Carter, Dom, and Schmeigs here. It is
Yep.
August 26th. It's our 8th episode, and we're really excited to be back. The regular season's starting next week, and we have just got a really fun slate of ideas for the regular season, especially for next week. But today we're going to be jumping into ranking all 32 NFL teams as, as Tom is deciding to hide off camera. Um, and we're all going to talk about a rookie from this year's draft that we think is going to be a bust. That's going to be our hot take at the end of
Yep.
the episode. So, what's up, boys?
How are you? First attempt doing this tonight.
It's been fun. It's been a fun night. Schmeigs, how are you doing? You look great, by the way. You sound great.
A little stressed, if we're being honest.
Okay.
We've had a
Sam Darnold's your QB. I don't blame you.
yeah.
Well, as you guys can see, we have got a list here that we need to fill in with the worst NFL team in our opinion, up until the best NFL team in our opinion, the Minnesota Vikings in parentheses. Um,
No, for sure. Um, Go ahead. Sorry.
I was expecting there to be something ridiculous like Tom Brady's New England Patriots or
You already
something at
said
number
it.
one.
You already said it. So
Mm.
doesn't need to be anything ridiculous from my end.
Oh, I'm sure there will be. For uh for clarification, I think we should go 32-1. That's what we've been doing. I think
I
we
mean,
should start it
we've
that
we've
way.
been going worst to best every single time, so I don't think we change that up now. And it kind of reminds me of our fantasy league that we'll be explaining at the end of this episode.
Yes.
But do we have everything up? Are we all set to start our list? We got
Yeah,
we got
I got
everything up on the
I gotta say the Dolphins logo on this looks trippy, but I actually might prefer
it
it.
looks kind of sick. It kind
I
of makes
like
me
it.
want to put them high because
Yeah.
it looks so cool. Part of me wants to do like best looking logo for 32 to 1 now, but maybe we do that another time.
I like that.
Um Regardless, I think
Mm.
at 32 we all agree on the same thing. Okay. No devil worshipping allowed in my football league. Kansas City's going.
By devil worshipping,
Um,
are you talking about the Swift engagement?
yep, I
Mm.
sure am. The Saints. Speaking of devils,
Yep.
the Saints are going at 32. I mean, they got the worst QB situation in the league. They pretty much have Tua at wide receiver, mixed with Antonio Brown. Just tons of scrambled brains going on. I don't really have anything good to say about this team, honestly. They have Alvin Kamara who's really sick, and that's about all I got, honestly.
Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore. Put respect on Kellen Moore's name. He's been a good coach in the NFL so far. I'm excited for Kellen Moore to have a head coaching position, but I agree with you. I don't see a ton of playmakers or any playmakers on either side of the ball. I think their O line is
Mhm.
injured. Yeah, I would. The only team that I could argue that we could maybe put here is who I think we're going to put next, and that's the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, like right, Chris Olave is a monster, but his injury history is so bad now.
Mm.
Like it's just you can't rely on any of it. And Rashid Shaheed is like a solid deep threat, but like it's just a bad team outside of Alvin Kamara and Cameron Jordan, honestly.
Yeah.
31 though. What are we thinking for 31? There's a couple teams I would put here. We got the Titans, we got the Browns, and maybe the Colts could be around here somewhere. I'm thinking more towards Titans personally. I mean, they pretty much only got better at QB, and they were a
Yeah.
pretty bad team outside of that last year.
I would say the Browns probably have a better defense, so I could put the
Yeah,
Titans next. Schmigs, what do you think?
yeah,
I like the Browns better than both the Titans and the Colts. Um, but yeah, I don't
I could
mind. I
agree.
don't mind the Titans here just
Okay.
because I'm hoping Cam Ward surprises me and throws for 3K. But like, ah,
Okay,
it's a rookie
Mm.
year. There's going to be learning
Yeah.
moments,
yeah,
I think, and that is going to lead
true.
to a tough year.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
I'm
All right.
excited. I,
Well,
I think
we'll
he's
do
going to be
Titans
good,
at 31.
but
Yeah, I'm excited to see how he looks.
yeah.
The thing I'm most excited for though is Travis Hunter and Ashton Genty, mostly. Out of all the rookies from round one. But past 31, we got Titans there. 30. I agree with me. I think I'd take the Browns over the Colts. I mean, the Colts just look. I don't think they're going to be good at all. They have the worst QB situation. I would take Flacco over either of their QBs right now, unless there's a surprising Anthony Richardson like explosion this year for year three. I just don't trust the Colts at all. I really don't. What do you guys think?
I'm with you. I think their offense goes as far as Jonathan Taylor takes it, and I don't know enough about their defense to really consider it enough of a threat. It just is
That's
a
fair.
team that needs to rebuild in my mind.
I think it's going to be
Yep.
okay. They have a couple playmakers on defense. They lost a lot of interior offensive linemen because they got traded to the Vikings. So, but I agree
Yeah.
with you. I agree with you. I love JT, but I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do. If they had a good O line,
If I don't trust the QB, I'm just not going to trust the team in general.
that's fair
Exactly.
Honestly,
too.
obviously that doesn't say anything about Cam Ward. He's a rookie QB. He's very talented. He could be really good this year, but his situation is different where it's like, okay, the QB might be solid, but the rest of the team is just really bad. So I would say Browns probably next. They got obviously some really good players. Jerry Judy's good. Miles Garrett is probably the best defensive player on earth right now. But aside from a few guys, team isn't great. Joe Flacco at QB, Dylan Gabriel at backup. I'm just not. I'm not a huge fan at all.
I gotta say, I've never seen an offense so dependent on people not being on the commissioner exempt list. It's like Judkins, Bond. Like I have no clue
True,
who's going to start
true.
because they've all been catching like court cases.
I agree. I could agree. Also, one of their QBs as well, but
Yeah, yeah.
he tore
And we don't
his
even have to bring
Yep.
that. Yeah.
or the Achilles, so he's not even gonna be on the field. After that though, at 28, I could see the Jets here
I was thinking that.
personally.
Oh, see, I agree. I agree, but I was going to say the other
Uh-huh.
New York team. I was thinking maybe the Giants. I think the Giants going to have a
I
really
could.
good defense,
Okay, that's fair. That's
but
fair.
Ooh.
I'm
I
good with
could go
Jets.
Giants.
I'm good. No, I'm good with Jets and then Giants. I
Bigger
think I would
Jets.
take the. I think I would take the Giants over the Jets. I have no faith in Justin Fields. They have a new coach. They just haven't put it together. I think the Giants could definitely should definitely be better. I believe in their coaching more and their
That's
defense,
fair.
and
That's fair.
they got some
I
good
mean,
running. Oh, the Jets have good running
I
game.
think
Yeah.
they're going to be pretty evenly bad this year, in my
Yeah,
opinion. But I don't know. The Jets overall probably have better players because I mean, they have Garrett Wilson, they have Sauce
Sauce.
Gardner, who's a top three cornerback. They got Quinnen Williams, Quincy
Yep.
Williams, all beasts for sure. But Justin Fields is just such a question mark. Like he could
Yes.
do good, but we've also been saying that
Yep.
for a few years now. So
Well,
I don't
Yeah.
I
know.
think the rushing upside of Justin Fields was so much better than I ever expected that you want to root for him, but it's just he hasn't been able to get the passing game going. And so
Yeah. I
it's
mean,
it's another team where it's
It's
like
tough.
him and
he
Brees
had a
Hall rushing.
he had a couple good games for the Steelers last year. I mean, he didn't look bad. He went 3-0 or 3-1, I think, with the Steelers. But
Yeah.
um, maybe I don't know. Maybe you're starting to convince me. Maybe we should take the Jets over the Giants. I don't know. We can change it later if we want. But
I would
um,
be fine Jets over Giants simply because I think the Jets are a more talented team.
Yeah. I will say the
But
only thing, and I'm good with Jets over Giants. I think it's probably around the same. Abdul Carter, Nolan Smith. I mean, like the weapons the Giants have up front makes me really think they might be a scary
they also have
defense.
Sexy Dexy, who's like the
Thank
best
you.
defensive tackle in the league. So
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah. So I'm not but I could also see the Jets. They always got they still got Quinn and Williams, I'm guessing. Um
yep,
they
yeah,
s-
he's
they all
amazing.
they always seem to have monsters up front too, so
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who you guys? Who I'm thinking
We
maybe
got Panthers,
Panthers.
Raiders. One of those teams, in my opinion, Panthers or Raiders. I think those are our next two teams. I don't really think anybody else would be in either of those two spots, honestly. Not that I can think of. So I'd be down to go Panthers and
Yep.
then Raiders, I would say. So Panthers at 26, Raiders 25. I don't
I
really have a
like it.
whole lot I can say about either of them.
I
I
agree.
just think the
No.
Raiders are going to be better this year. The Raiders have, I mean, they got Max Crosby, Geno Smith is solid, Ashton Genty, Brock Bowers, obviously, who might already be the best tight end in the NFL. So,
They have
and then
good
the Panthers,
rookie receivers too.
yeah, Panthers all depends on Bryce Young this year. I hope they ball out because I love Bryce Young, but
Same. Same.
I mean, we just won't know until we see it. He looked great to end last season, though.
Yeah, he looked good
Um,
in preseason too.
After that, I mean,
I was thinking Dolphins. I do not. I know their offense should be good, but I don't have a lot of faith in the Dolphins. They've lost some key players on defense
they
too.
looked so bad without Tua last year.
They
Obviously,
did.
he's not like an elite QB or anything, but like it just goes to show how important QB is. Like you have
Yep.
elite
Yes.
receiving weapons in freaking Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, and both of them had horrendous seasons last year because none of the QBs could get the ball to them. Like
Yep.
they just look so bad. So
Um,
yeah, I'm chilling with Dolphins at 24 for sure.
And the offensive line there, I know for a fact, is in shambles. And then on top, you top that off with back to back. They had back to back joint practices where McDonald was complaining about the physicality of the other team. It's just not a good look. I mean, at the end of the day,
Yeah,
I trust this team to
I
have the
agree.
speed and be schemed up. But if the other team's running you over, well, you
Yep.
can't win this game being the softer team every week.
I know.
Completely agree. I'm thinking Jaguars or Cardinals next, personally, or the
I
Patriots.
would, yeah, those were like the next three teams I was thinking. I would say overall, I kind of I expect the Pats to be worse than these two teams this year, personally, even as a Patriots fan. I think the Cardinals are going to get a lot better, and I think the Jags are obviously going to get a lot better.
Yes.
But I mean, everything could change. But the Patriots, I mean, dude, we just have pretty much nobody. I mean, we got like three big name players, and that's really about it. Like there's some really like solid players on the team. Like Jabril Peppers is good. Obviously, Christian Gonzalez is amazing. Drake May, I'm expecting to be really good this year. Christian Barmore's really good, and then outside of that, it's kind of a lot of question marks. Because I mean, if Stephon Diggs is himself, they're going to be great on offense, but we just
Vivian
don't really know.
Henderson could be
Yeah,
great
Trevor
too.
Henderson's could be great for sure. Hunter Henry's reliable, but I like these
Yeah.
other two rosters more personally.
Yeah.
Maybe not on the defensive end, but offensively, way more, way,
I
way,
think
way
the
Well,
Jags got a couple good players on defense, but um, who would you rather take, Shmeegs? Would you rather have the Jags or the Cardinals?
I was gonna say I'm personally scared of the Cardinals. I don't mind putting them above the Jags and the Patriots.
Okay.
I wouldn't say scared, but I think they had a sneaky good offseason. Um,
more. They did
Drafting
for
Walter
sure.
Nolan and then turning around and making a free agency splash with Josh Sweat. I'm scared when I see teams start filling up their D line on the defensive side. And then I saw they signed Calais Campbell, which I thought was a typo. But no, at 38, he had 5 sacks last year. I guess the guy's
My
still
guy.
moving. So, so they put some meat back on that defensive line, which was, I mean, the Seahawks ran all over them last year. I'm not certain. I mean, and Kyler Murray's just, I think he's the most proven of the three quarterbacks. Not to say Drake May won't
Very
have a better
underrated in my
season, but
opinion.
I like Kyler, but I don't love Kyler.
I think Kyler's underrated for sure. I think give him a different system than he's been in. Maybe performing with like the Jared Goffs and stuff, like those type of stats. But
he's a scary
Okay.
we might have
playmaker.
that discussion in the QB video. But I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. also going into year two, I think he's gonna make a
Yeah.
huge jump.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we have next up team number 20 going into the teens here pretty soon. I Out of all the teams I see here, I honestly might go Seahawks probably. I
I
would
was
say.
thinking Seahawks or Falcons. I'm cool with the Falcons next.
Yeah.
Um,
I would put Seahawks 20 and then I would go Falcons 19. And
I want
honestly,
I
I
don't
want
know. I
everyone
think
to
I'd take the
remember this
Seahawks over
moment
the
because I'm
Falcons.
gonna clip it
we do.
when the Seahawks win the West.
All right, we'll remember that. Uh, we'll remember that for sure. I think I'd personally take the Falcons over the Seahawks, honestly.
I think the Seahawks got a better
I lo-
defense,
I
but
think the Seahawks defense is going to be nice with Reek Wallen and Devon Witherspoon and why can't I remember Nick Worry? I just added to the team in the second round this
and
draft.
and well,
I think they're going
and
to be nice, but Falcons overall, I think are going to be a better team.
I
I
would
was
say
gonna
the
say
Agree?
Falcons are in an
I don't want to expound on
easier
the Hawks,
division.
but oh,
Go ahead. Go
sorry.
ahead.
besides him and Warrior, Love was also one of the highest rated safeties last year. I mean, they just got a deep back end.
Yep.
True. Very true. Well,
Schmig,
what do you guys want? It's majority vote. So if you guys want
I was gonna
Seahawks in
say,
19, we can do that.
yeah, do that. I think I want the Seahawks.
I think they're 1A,
Okay,
1B,
after
but
that,
I
I'd
like
put
Seahawks more.
Steelers. Truthfully, I would put Steelers next.
Ooh, I can't. I wouldn't agree with that. I would go Chicago or Dallas because the Steelers still should have a
Ooh, I
really
don't.
good defense. They should have a
I
really
don't
good
know about
defense.
Dallas. Yeah, but their offense, I don't trust it at all. Aaron
I'm with
Rodgers,
I'm
I
with
just can't
Dom.
trust Aaron Rodgers. I really can't. This isn't prime Aaron Rodgers
I,
we're talking about anymore.
I agree. No, I'm a big Aaron Rodgers hater, but that
And
defense has been so good for so long. It's still going to be good.
I don't know. I just don't like it. I mean, they added Ramsey, who's obviously still really good. Darius Slay, I don't know how he's gonna play for them. They traded away Minka Fitzpatrick. I really just don't know, honestly. I would personally go Bears over them, but that's mostly me just projecting how much I think Ben Johnson is going to change the
I
offense.
actually I think I need to throw out a new team here that we need to put in. I think it should be Cincinnati. I think it should be the Bengals. I know they should have an amazing offense.
Ooh.
But you guys, they did finally sign Trey Hendrickson again, but that defense is still not going to be good. And they
I like it.
only
I like it.
I want to have faith in Cincy this year. I want them to do well, but
They're going to have one of the best offenses.
they definitely should.
Maybe even number one.
But you got to play both sides of the ball, you know. And I think that's how I feel about Dallas too. Is I feel like Dallas should have a good offense, but they had an amazing defense 2 or 3 years ago. They had one of the best defenses in the league, and then they just absolutely fell off last year.
I would. Well, I mean, not having Dak also doesn't really help that because it's
That's
the
true.
worst
That's
field
true.
position.
That's true.
But I would take the Cowboys over a couple of teams in here. I wouldn't
What
probably
about
put them
Chicago?
yet.
Agreed.
I can
Chicago
put Chicago next. I would put
or the Steelers?
Chicago and then the Steelers. I would say Steelers at 16 is pretty fair.
I'm okay. Schmigs, you cool
Thoughts?
with
I don't
that?
hate it.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
So that's the first half of our teams. We have 15-1 to go. Steelers
Yep.
firmly in the middle. I mean, if they had a good QB, I'd probably put them a little bit higher. But I just don't trust Aaron Rodgers at this point in his career. I think he just
Right.
brings nothing but drama and
Yep.
like
And
doesn't throw
DK's okay.
picks, and that's about it. I like
DK's
DK a
not
lot,
Justin
but
Jefferson. He's not Jamar Chase. Like DK's not going
no.
to be a
Yeah.
absolute game changer in my
Exactly. That's
opinion.
what I was gonna say too.
I
Is the
think
Steelers?
DK. I think they upgraded from George Pickens to DK. I think DK is better than him, especially considering the seasons they've had thus far. But like I said, the main thing here I don't trust is Aaron Rodgers. I think DK with a good QB would put up amazing numbers, and he has with Russell Wilson in the past. Him and Geno didn't quite have the chemistry.
But
But
who
yeah,
also
I just don't
who's
trust
behind DK? They have like I think one of the thinner wide receiver
Alvin
groups.
Austin.
They have Roman
Yeah,
Wilson. You know, but
Yep.
yeah, they got Calvin Austin there.
Yeah,
Steelers
I agree.
offense is going to be trash
yeah,
in my opinion.
it's
Yeah,
gonna be DK, then maybe Patrick Fryermuth, then maybe Jalen Warren. That's gonna be like targets. I
yeah.
mean,
I like Caleb Johnson a lot, the rookie. But I don't know. I don't know if he's even going to be the star. I don't think he's going to be the starter at least yet. So I don't know. I just don't trust their offense at all. It's kind of like a reverse Bengals, honestly.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
100%.
After
Schmigs, who do you want
that,
next? Who do you want next, Schmigs?
Who do I want next?
Texans.
Dude, I struggle with the Texans just because I think Will Anderson, Darnell Hunter on that defensive side, CJ Stroud with Nico on the
Neil
out.
the
They just got
monster.
enough big names
Their
that
offensive line is so bad though. They've maybe the worst offensive line in the league now. They
that's
traded away
fair.
Laramie Tunsil for nothing. Like I really think they're going to struggle. He struggled. CJ Stroud struggled all of last year because their O line wasn't blocking well, and now they traded away one
Oh,
of the best tackles in the league. So it's like
They did.
I don't
you
know.
guys
I
know
just
who
don't.
I'm gonna
I
say.
would put Texans next.
I'm gonna
I
say
don't know who you're
49ers.
going to
49ers.
say.
I'm gonna say
I'm okay with the Niners. I'm okay with, I
That's
mean
crazy.
they should
here's
win if they're all healthy, it should be a really good team. But
again,
I mean, what did they win? 6 or 7 games last year? Like
they
I'm
won
okay with it. The
6.
Texans were a playoff team. The Texans won their division, Dom. Like
Yeah, but we're
Well,
talking about
in
going into the season, not just about last season.
yes,
yeah,
yes.
but going into this season, they won 6 games last year, with Hufunga, with Greenlaw, with Ward, with Debo Samuel. All those guys are gone. Assuming their backups come up and give them the
Debo
same
Samuel
amount of
doesn't mean
defensive
anything
production,
anymore.
then they now
Debo
have.
Samuel hasn't. We may as well say they didn't have Jerry Rice, dude. Like Debo Samuel hasn't been relevant in like
Well,
4 years.
I get that,
Let's
but
be
I
real
just
here.
named 3 defensive starters they don't have. And assuming they get
Yeah.
the same level of play, they got to overcome that. And then I guess you're right, they got Ayuk and CMC back. I don't know if that's going to net them the 5 to 6 games they need. Assume that
Agree.
I just don't see it.
I agree.
If they're both healthy, I think that easily gets them 5 or 6 wins. That's a really good receiver and one of the best running backs in the entire NFL. But
That's
I'll put Niners next for you two, but I think that's just wildly wrong. But after that, I would say Texans personally.
yeah.
I don't like their O line at all. I think it's going to get CJ Stroud hit a lot this year.
Yep.
But we're starting to get into elite tier teams for sure.
Yeah.
Because I mean, all of these teams really, really good. The only question mark here I have it really is the Vikings, and that's because we don't know how good JJ McCarthy is going to be. So
I was
I'm
gonna say
probably
put
put
them
them
next.
next. Yeah.
Yeah. Put the Vikes next.
Everyone after that has a QB, or at least has hopefully a QB. Like Bo Nix could fall off, Jaden Daniels could fall off, but I mean every other guy in here has been performing for seasons and seasons, and some of them obviously are like elite S tier guys.
I think we need to point out that the only teams on here that didn't make the playoffs are the Chargers, the Cowboys, and I think the Rams.
No, the Rams went deep. Not deep, but they
Rams,
Oh, yeah,
gave
the
they beat
Rams
us.
and Chargers made the playoffs.
They beat us. Oh, the Chargers. Oh,
Cowboys.
I was gonna
Cowboys
say
didn't because
Cow.
Dak was hurt.
I
don't
think
mind
you
that.
put the Cowboys. I think you put the Cowboys.
So our top 11 teams are going to be Ravens, Broncos, Rams, Bucks, Lions, Eagles, Packers, Commanders, Bills, Chargers, Chiefs.
I think we put the Packers next.
I was going to go Commanders.
I think Packers or Rams.
We're at stalemate then.
I
I don't know. I like the other teams top to bottom more than I like the Commanders. Like they don't even have a running back right now. Their defense was okay last year. Jaden Daniels is good, obviously, but like Debo Samuel and freaking Scary Terry doesn't really like put fear into my heart that much. Scary Terry's amazing. Debo though.
But Dom, that's what we thought last year. And they have 36-year-old Zach Ertz, and they had Brian, and they had Austin Eckler. Look at how old their offense was, and Jane Daniels brought him to the NFC Championship game. Like
not just
he
their
might
offense.
be Lamar. He might be. He might be the guy who
not.
doesn't, or Josh Allen. He doesn't need elite weapons to make plays and win games. Like it might all be Jaden Daniels.
I think that's a little crazy to say he might be Lamar or Josh Allen, but
I'm saying
because I would take
similarly.
a number of these guys over him. I would say Packers or Commanders next. I would be fine with Packers.
And to Dom's point on the Commanders, oldest roster in the NFL, not just Ertz, not just McLaurin,
exactly.
not just Eckler. They also have Bobby Wagner at middle linebacker.
They're also. We also got to remember this isn't last year. They're all a year older. So
yeah,
that's a whole year of wear and tear from the NFL.
Yeah. It's
now Debo Samuel is their new right guard, so that doesn't help anything.
Right. If I'm going to use age to argue against the Niners, I got to use it to argue against the Commanders because they're even older than the Niners are.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
We're in our okay with that
now. The only reason
this is where things are going to get interesting.
I got to qualify this too. The reason I'm kind of pitching the Rams is because I think the most like last year we had McCaffrey Achilles injury, and that was the giant question mark that led to the 49ers demise. This year, I think it's Matthew Stafford's back because I'm hearing a lot of.
I 100% agree.
Because if he's not playing for them, then I think they are a different team that gets rolled over easy.
Absolutely.
I
am not drafting. I'm not drafting Puka or Devontae Adams in any of my leagues because I think Stafford's injury is worse than they're letting on.
And let's not forget.
100%. I mean, they both. It's crazy because they have two elite wide receivers on the team.
Yes.
And they're not going to do good at all because Matthew Stafford isn't going to be there. If they had a good
like
backup, I might trust it.
Like the Dolphins last year.
It was
really bad.
It was 2 years ago on the Raiders. Devontae Adams on the sideline filmed saying, "Get me out of here," because he was so sick of getting thrown
He's
to
gonna
by
get
Jimmy
me killed.
Garoppolo, and
Yeah.
he's looking down the barrel of the Garoppolo once again. I just,
It is
it's a
wild.
tough sell.
It is very
It's
wild.
amazing.
Um,
Chiefs.
after that though, I would go Chiefs. Yeah, I agree.
Chiefs were
They
frauds last year, and we know
they
it.
100% were frauds. I mean, they have a really nice defense. Travis
Yeah,
Kelsey's 1,000. Rashi
and
Rice, who
engaged.
knows it, how many he's gonna play.
Yep,
Xavier Worthy, I mean, he was solid, but
he was
I
good.
don't know.
Pacheco comes
Um,
back. I mean, they
yeah,
could be
I think
solid.
Pacheco looked really rough after coming back from injury. Personally, I think
Yes,
he's
but
Agreed.
really
he's had
slow and not
he's had
shifty at
all off
all.
season.
We'll see.
They,
We'll see.
they
I
just
don't
cut
trust the Chiefs at
Carson
all. I feel
Steele.
like this is the year they don't make the championship. We've all agreed on that because
Yeah.
of our Super Bowl picks, but I think the Chiefs don't make it this year. They just don't look very good. Um, after that, I would probably go Bucks. I would
Bucks or
say Bucks or
Chargers.
Broncos. Chargers, interesting. I'm down for Bucks though at 7. I mean, they're a good team. They have some holes to fill, obviously, but the offense is going to be really nice this year, I think. But I would say Broncos personally. I
Yeah,
don't like their weapons on
Broncos
offense at all.
Broncos on paper should do well, but that's on paper, right? So I'm fine putting them here. Everyone says they have the best defense in the league. They made amazing additions. But yeah, I'm completely open to the fact that they'll still probably lose to some Bo Nix inexperience or something going on. And it's not guaranteed that this wide receiver core will develop as much as everyone thinks it will.
So now, can I say a hot take? I would put Bills next.
Hang on. Let me say something about the Broncos.
Okay.
I put money on them to win their division. I think they beat the Chargers, and I think they beat the Chiefs. I think Sean Payton's going to put it together. I think Bo Nix. I think they're going to have a great run game. They're going to have a top 3 defense in the league. I'm okay with putting them where we put them, but I have no real emotional reason for this. But I am just a huge believer in the Broncos this year.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Well, that was my
so I'm
first
just throwing
episode
it out
hot
there.
take.
Yep.
I would
I
go Lions. Go Lions. Do not put the Buffalo Bills. Don't you
Lions.
dare. Don't you. We picked the Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl, Dom. The Lions lost their
That
coordinators.
doesn't mean they're the better overall
Their
team.
center retired. Their center retired, and one of their other alignment, I think today, got waived or something. You go with the Lions. You have to go with the Lions. Too many changes. Too many changes in the offseason. You go the Lions.
Aside from QB, name me one position you would take over the Bills over the Lions right now.
This is maybe a dumb. I don't think it's as far apart, but I think I'd have Milano over and Anzalone.
That's fine.
I don't know.
Would
The
you take
Lions.
any of the D linemen over Aiden Hutchinson?
No.
No.
Would you take
Yeah, I don't
any
even know any
secondary
Bills D
player over
linemen.
Brian Branch or Kirby Joseph on the Lions? Would you take anybody over Jameer Gibbs? Would you take anybody over Amon-Ra or Jamison Williams? Would you take
tough
anybody over
because
Sam Laporta?
That's fair. That's fair.
They're two of the top 3 or 2 of the top 4 highest scoring teams in the NFL last year. So their offenses are both absolutely electric. Defenses, however, I mean they both made it far in the playoffs too.
Here's what I will
know.
say.
Should we go Chargers? Should we go Chargers and then have this
I like
debate?
Chargers.
Let me speak. Here's what I will say. This entire team is Josh Allen. That's why he won the MVP. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
the fact
And-
that they're this high is all because of Josh Allen being maybe the best player in the world. But I don't think. I mean, you take Jared Goff off of the Lions and replace him with somebody, they're still going to win some games. You take Josh Allen off the Bills, they might literally lose every single game. I mean,
And
I
I will fully agree with that and say I
Right.
think they
You're
should
right.
still be higher.
hate
I
you
think
so
Josh
much.
Allen solos every team in the verse, dude. I mean,
Okay, what Schmeigs was just saying about the Broncos is how I feel about the Chargers. On paper,
Yes.
should be really good. Harbaugh is making them better for sure. This is going to be a
Yeah.
really good team. But I I I don't think we can put the Chargers above any of these other 4 teams because Herbert hasn't proven himself in the playoffs. They're still in a really hard division. I think you have to go Chargers next.
I don't think the playoff stuff with Herbert truly matters that much, honestly. The defense has let them down just as much. Like he
Mm.
had two bad throws in the playoffs last year. The other ones, if I remember correctly, were like tipped passes off the wide receiver. So it's like, and then there was the collapse against the Jags also would put that
Yeah.
on the
True.
defense just as much as Herbert. He scored like 28 points. Like that should be enough to win.
Yeah.
But I'm fine putting them there. But if that's the case, we're putting the Bills at 4. I think the Bills are a little bit too high on this list, but it's all because
Fine.
of Josh Allen.
Then please
3
put.
though.
I
We
think
have
we got.
Eagles, Lions, Ravens. I would
Easy.
say Lions
Thank
second.
you. Yes. Lions third, and then I think we know how the rest of this goes.
Yeah. So we go Ravens first, Eagles second.
No, you're nuts, and you know it.
I mean,
I don't hate that.
the
I
Eagles
don't
are the
hate that at
most
all.
stacked team in the league. I mean, we all knew the Eagles were going to be first. Like they literally stacked every single position. It's disgusting. The Ravens, the only downside they have is wide receiver. Like that's pretty much about it.
Yep.
And then as for the Lions, like I said, their actual weak link is probably quarterback. If they had Lamar Jackson,
Mm,
I think they win the Super Bowl at some point.
I
I don't trust
it's
Jared Goff that much.
I think it's their secondary. We'll see. They were really injured at the end of the season, but I think their
Yeah,
D
they
line
were
should be
extremely
good.
injured, but
But
they have like two of the best safeties in the entire NFL. I mean,
that's
Yes. Well, and that's the
and
only
all
they
thing
right.
I
had who would have been the defensive player of the year had he not gotten hurt last year in Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
I think they're a very, very good, very, very good team.
yeah.
But they got hit by that injury bug. I mean, I
Yep.
honestly they could have maybe they win the Super Bowl if everyone doesn't get hurt. Like they looked really, really good before all the injuries. So
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. And to that point too with the Ravens, I think on paper the Ravens have the best secondary in the NFL. The only thing I'd say that would maybe to me push the Ravens over, I think the Eagles have the best offense in the NFL, period. Or not the
it's not
Ravens, the
close. It's
Eagles,
crazy.
sorry. Um,
Yeah.
but again, I said this in the first episode as well. The defense, Graham retired. They lost Josh Sweat in free agency. This is the first time I'm looking at an Eagles D line that doesn't have 3-4 superstars on it. So I'm curious to see how their defense plays now. That their defensive line is a little bit more back to earth than it has been in years past. And I don't think the
We'll see.
distance
They're still gonna
between
be disgusting.
I
I
agree.
don't know how to say his name, but I think it's Matabuke. The Ravens D tackle is a monster that no one's heard of. But Matabuke, I don't think the distance between him and Carter is as deep as the distance between the Eagles secondary and the Ravens secondary at the moment.
So our top
Interesting take.
10. Let's go. We got Eagles first, Baltimore Ravens second, the Lions third, the Bills fourth, the Chargers fifth, Broncos sixth, Buccaneers seventh, Chiefs eight, Rams nine, and Washington Commanders 10. My question for you guys: do we agree? Do we keep the Eagles at one if the Madden curse hits Saquon? If he gets injured, or something happens and he doesn't play as much. I watched a video and it's insane what happens to guys after a crazy 2,000-yard rushing season and the Madden curse. I love him to death, but I'm nervous something's going to happen and he's not going to play as much or he's going to get injured or hurt. If they don't have Saquon, my question to you is, do the Eagles make it back? Are the Eagles still
The
good enough?
Super Bowl.
Why not? I mean, if you're the Eagles right now, you're like, we got to compete with the Chiefs dynasty. It's Super Bowl or bust. Like you've
I
seen
mean,
Jalen Hurts in his interviews.
It's hard to say they'd make it back there without their best player,
That's why I'm asking you: are they good enough? We've talked
Obviously,
about how good their depth chart is. Like,
well, here's the thing that I think the limitation is Jalen Hurts. Like truthfully, like the reason they looked so unstoppable in the Super Bowl is because the Chiefs sold out to stop Saquon Barkley. Like he literally was the most important player on that team last year.
yeah,
So I mean, that left so many passing lanes wide open in the Super Bowl, and it's one of the main reasons they absolutely obliterated them. Like if they sell out and dare Jalen Hurts to pass, he has two of the best receivers in the NFL on the team. Like I don't know, without Saquon, I don't think so. But at the same time, I mean, maybe they just change their identity and they're a passing team and they look really good still. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to know,
Yeah.
honestly, but it's hard. I don't. They wouldn't have won this past Super Bowl without Saquon. I mean,
No,
they had one
definitely
of the
not.
best seasons ever,
But
and
that's why
yeah,
that's why I thought it'd be an interesting question to
Yeah,
ask.
I'm gonna say to that. I don't think they do lose their rushing game. I mean, I just double checked it again, but it's like, where's Miles Sanders these days? Where's Kenneth Gainwell these days?
Carolina.
I mean, guys that were running wild for them in years past have not had any success in other teams. And I get Saquon's a cut
and
above, but they've put people back there and made them look like superstars in years past.
Yep,
I'm
that's
kind
true.
of the opinion, as long as they got those
And
bookends
the
there and that big old line,
tush
that they
push
can
lives on.
rush for 1,000 yards a year. Gig 1,000 yard rusher back there.
I
Look at
wouldn't
Jalen
wouldn't
Hurts.
say that those guys were superstars in the past. I
Right,
think
they're not
that's a bit
Saquon, but
much.
this
Yeah,
doesn't have to be an
Okay,
aerial attack
like
team if they lose him.
the Eagles can have
I
a
agree.
reliable running back and they can still look good, but the difference is they have like the best running back,
Yeah,
and he would have broken the rushing record last year. He missed a whole game and he still had over 2,000 yards. Like, he was unbelievable last year. I don't think anybody can really replace that currently in the NFL right now. Like, there's a lot
Yeah,
of really good running backs, but Saquon last year was just above
yeah.
everybody. Like, it really wasn't close. Um,
I mean, Derrick
but
Henry had an insane year, but I agree.
he
I agree.
did.
Not
But at the
Saquon.
same time, I don't know.
Travis
I
Etienne
would
had a good
take
year.
Saquon for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Well,
and I
boys,
think I think
good
the threat
list.
of Lamar also helps Derrick Henry a lot as well.
That's true. That's
yes,
true. I
But yeah,
agreed.
so
I'm
not to
happy
say
with the
Derrick
list.
Henry's not the second best. He's amazing, but yeah, I
Yeah,
think the list looks good. Yeah,
yeah. Well,
I like it.
and
You
and
know,
to my
there's still
point
some
about
he's
question
last, by
marks,
the way.
but
Miles Sanders and Kenneth Gainwell, the Ravens have had what, the top rushing offense 5 years in a row, and that was with Ingram, that was with Henry, and granted, Henry's the best of them all
J.
too,
Dobbins.
but Lamar's presence there makes makes a running back's life really easy because guys are very worried
Yeah,
about the edge all of a sudden.
he's unbelievable. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, Lamar's just he's
He
special.
is.
yeah.
So
Oh,
Oh,
I love him.
incredible.
well,
Uh,
let's if you guys are ready, let's go into our rookie busts. Let's move
yeah.
on to, we're thinking about guys kind of round one, round two, that we think may not pan out for those teams. If anybody's got a name they want to throw out there first, go ahead. I got two ideas. I feel like one of you will take one of these, so I got two. But
Go ahead.
I've oh,
I Schmeeks, please.
I've thrown out my names before, so this isn't going to be a shock. Guys I'm nervous about are, there's a guy everyone's hot on. So I am like in the resounding minority opinion here. Tatora McClellan. I know I'm brutalizing.
Tataroa.
Someone say,
Tataroa. Just call him T Mac.
yeah, T
Tataroa.
Mac. I knew as soon as I said it, I was like, I just brutalized that. Um, Again, I think he's going to have a very comparable season to what Marvin Harrison did last year, where everyone's expecting this big, 1,200-yard receiver, and he's going to have, 6, 7, 800 yards, and he's going to struggle a little bit. I just think the NFL's a different beast than being. He's a physical guy who did a lot of physical plays in college, and he did that against 18, 19, 20-year-olds. And now he's got to do it against guys who've been lifting weights for 5 years since college. So I just think these physical type receivers struggle out the gate in the NFL. Um, and then Warren for the Colts. I think the Colts have a really difficult offense to predict. I don't trust Daniel Jones throwing to him, and kind of same thing. He was a big physical threat in college, and I don't know how well that's going to translate, at least initially, in the NFL.
Here's one thing I will say. I mean, Marvin Harrison and T Mac are wildly different receivers. Like Tetaroa, like, doesn't have like the separation that Marvin Harrison got in college. Like, Marvin Harrison was like a generational wide receiver prospect for a reason, Like, T Mac probably, he wouldn't have even gone within the first like 4 or 5 receivers in the previous draft. Like, that
That's
draft
fair.
was just stacked at wide receiver. But I can agree with that one. I don't really like receivers that can't like get separation and rely on like jump balls and stuff, which T-Mac, I don't think will that much, but I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting. He did struggle a lot against stuff like that in college, so we'll see. My picks though, Cam Ward is my pick. Actually, I don't like the Titans at all. It's not a him thing. I just don't think that team is fit at all to look very good. I think he'll probably have like a I'm not gonna say Caleb Williams type season because he had some pretty solid stats by the end of last year, but maybe more like a rookie like Trevor Lawrence type season. Like not horrible, but like obviously struggling. Maybe a little worse than that. It's obviously nothing against him. I just think that team is just terrible. Just terrible. I mean, they were the first pick for a reason. And I really don't like the weapons. I don't like the O line. I think he's gonna struggle.
Hate that.
I have to say I completely disagree with Schmeigs. I don't see the Saints or the Buccaneers or the Falcons having crazy good defenses. Like I think that he's gonna, and he doesn't have a ton of target competition, especially if Adam Thielen leaves. Like I just think pure volume, Tet's gonna have a good season. Um, and Tyler Warren, I mean, I know the Colts offense is not good. I don't really believe in the Colts offense, but he has been utilized like crazy in the preseason. Um, and they have some decent weapons for the Colts, but I think they're excited about him. I think he's gonna. I think again, volume. I think he's gonna have decent volume at least for a tight end. So I disagree with you on those Schmeigs, but I mine is Tyler Shook for the Saints. For obvious reasons.
I thought this was a hot
Okay.
take.
That's crazy.
I think the number 2
Um,
quarterback on the Saints is gonna struggle holding a clipboard.
we're talking about if he's going to be a bust or not. I mean, you can't take a quarterback that early. That you're not going. I don't know. We'll see. Like again, I'm not. I'm not their new head coach. I'm not Kellen Moore. Like he played quarterback in college. Like he's been a good coach in the NFL. Like maybe he sees something we don't. Um, but I don't know. He just didn't really impress me when we were watching the draft and I was watching his highlights and his stats. And he's older. I don't know if he's really going to be worth it, but we'll see.
He's not very
Um,
good. I think he's gonna be absolutely useless, to be
um,
honest with you.
the other one I was trying to think of is again this is kind of a weird situation, but Quinshawn Judkins for the
Oh
Browns.
my goodness, Carter.
Did you pick one hot take at all, dude?
Good God.
I guess
Throw
Yeah,
it
Isaiah
you
was
think
Bond
trying.
Will
in there
Brinson
while
gonna
you're
throw
at
any
it.
touchdowns this year?
I was trying. No,
Seriously.
I think Isaiah Bond could
What'd you
be
pick
good.
Shador Sanders, dude?
Um, yeah. So those are my picks for rookie bust. Maybe they're not super hot takes, but I was trying to think of a guy in the first round, and I'm like, I think a lot of guys landed in places that would be good, or like, are they're going to work out. Things are going to pan out for them. Like, I was trying to think about a first round pick that I think maybe like Caleb Johnson for the Steelers, maybe, but I still think in a couple years, like he'll own that backfield, and the Steelers will be run. I could see Caleb Johnson still working out. Like, I was just trying to think of guys that I thought was going to be a bust, and I couldn't really come up with anyone besides these dudes. Sorry, it's not
Mm.
that hot.
That's all right.
All right. Lastly, should we talk about the fantasy football group that we are doing?
Absolutely.
Do you want me to go? Should we go through all the details? Should we dive in, or should we just give a little taste before next week?
Ooh.
I think
I was gonna
I think
say
you go
dive in
into
the
the
details, but
details.
I like
We
the way
don't
you
need to
say
go super
taste.
deep, but we can say what it is pretty much. Because like
Okay.
we
Okay.
can go over what it is. We
All
don't
right.
need to go like super deep into it, but yeah.
All right. So we, the three of us, have decided it would be fun to do just a fantasy football league for us. I actually think we might have Sam, Dom's partner, join us. But we are going to do
A
a
girl, by the way.
draft.
She's a
Yes.
woman. Said partner and Sam, you know.
You know, we're gonna do a fantasy football league, and
How's
you
it
need to draft the worst players to win. So we have decided to
worst
kind of flip it.
first?
Yes. So we are going to draft two quarterbacks, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and then a little bit different, a kicker, a punter, and a coach. And what you're trying to do is draft players that you think are going to do very, very poor statistically, and that will get you more points in the fantasy football league. We just thought it'd be fun to flip the script and try and draft really terrible guys, and just make it our own and have some fun with it. So it's going to be weird. It's going to be fun, and we're going to do it next week. It's going to be our next episode, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be weird and fun, and we've got to come up with a really good punishment for whoever loses at the end of the season. So if you got some great, reasonable punishment ideas for the loser, drop them in the comments. But we're really looking forward to drafting that next week.
It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be very, very sick.
It's gonna be funny.
Yeah. So that some of like the stats that are in there are like negative yards for like each, or negative points for each like rushing yard or reception, or
Yep.
receiving yards, stuff like that. So we literally we need the goal is to get the worst starter possible every single week. So it'll be very interesting. I'm very excited.
You do have to start on your fantasy team a starter in that team in real life. So whoever the starting quarterback is for the Giants or the Saints or the Browns, if they're starting that game, you can start them in your league. Same with running back and wide receivers. Like, it's got to be who we expect to be the starter for that team that week. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun. All right. Thank you, boys. This was a great time. Beautiful list. Your hot takes are great. Mine were cold. Terrible, terrible hot takes. I'll
Yeah.
be better next week. I'm so
The
sorry.
Chiefs will win football games.
Incredible.
Schmeegs, will you take us out with one of your amazing outros?
Yeah. So I was at the store today. No, um, I got nothing good to say. Love this podcast. Love you guys, and hope to see everyone next week. Bye.
Bye.